Welcome back to the channel, everyone, and today we're here with another Football Manager 2018 experiment. This time with the man, the legend, Thierry Henry. Thierry Henry, as I'm sure we all know, had a history playing for Monaco, Juventus, Barcelona, New York Red Bulls, and of course 8 long years at Arsenal, where he is still to this day their club's record goal scorer. Even at an international level, in which he represented France, he's his country's record goal scorer. However, today we're looking at his managerial career. First beginning in August 2016, Thierry Henry, as I'm sure we've all seen throughout the World Cup and before, he became the assistant manager of the Belgium national team, working alongside Roberto Martinez. During this time, such stars as Lukaku even praised Thierry Henry for working with him, even stating, and I quote, "Thierry Henry is the best thing to happen to me because since I came to England aged 18, I have had the best mentors. Thierry Henry for me is the best. Every day, whether it is positive and negative, I take it in my stride because I know what is expected from the top level." Within his time at Belgium in the World Cup, I'm sure you've all seen it, Belgium reached the semi-final but sadly lost to Thierry Henry's home nation, France, 1-0. However, Belgium did pick up the bronze medal after defeating England 2-0 in the third place playoff. This secured their best ever finish in a World Cup. It is safe to say Thierry Henry has received many plaudits and awards throughout his footballing career. However, Aston Villa have seemingly wanted their man and got their man. These are the stats, and Thierry Henry has taken over from Aston Villa. This is the Aston Villa squad that Thierry Henry will have at time of recording. Such players like Jack Grealish, Thierry Henry will surely want to keep, even though he is heavily linked with Premier League teams. Looking at the season preview, we can see that Aston Villa are predicted to finish 4th. However, I'm pretty sure that Thierry Henry would be under instructions to win promotion, especially with the big money that has now come in Aston Villa's way. I'm sure a lot of Aston Villa fans, if they were told a couple of weeks ago, months ago, that they would have billionaire owners and now Thierry Henry as their manager, I'm sure they would all laugh at you. And that's no disrespect to the Aston Villa fans, it's just their club was hemorrhaging money very, very bad. Over here we can see Jack Grealish is again pointed out as a key player for Aston Villa. And with teams like Stoke and West Brom going down and Swansea, it's going to make his task even tougher to compete with these Premier League teams. However, it's important not to be disrespectful, and while Thierry Henry has reached a lot of honours in his personal playing career, Aston Villa, the club, are not to be overshadowed. They have won the Champions League on 1 occasion, the Premier League on 7 occasions, FA Cup 7, Carabao Cup 5, Community Shield 1. They are the bigger club in Birmingham, sorry Birmingham. However, they are currently in the Championship and need to be returned to glory. You can even see, facility-wise, they are a Premier League club. With Villa Park in the big city of Birmingham, they need to be returned to greatness. The question is Thierry Henry the man to do it? What we are going to do, as I'm sure you all know, is we're going to jump to the 1st of January to see how Thierry Henry gets on. Let's go. Here we are, we're January the 1st, let's go see what's happening. As we can see, Aston Villa are in 2nd place, which is a really good start after 25 games. They are second only to Derby and are only 1 point behind. However, Stoke are hot on their tails and only 1 point behind. As we can see here, Aston Villa don't really seem to be leading in anything, which hopefully tells me a lot of their stats come through team play rather than individual play. Let's jump and see their schedule. Here we go, and as we can see, pre-season wasn't the best. You can argue some games, perhaps they were out of their depth, but to me it's not a great pre-season. You need to be winning them games, building morale. But that's not what matters. What matters is the league. And it got off to a good start, wins against Hull, which looked like a lucky performance with a red card, which would have helped morale getting that first win. Losses to Coventry City in the League Cup would have been very disappointing though. Other than that, their form seems relatively good, it has to be said. Not a lot of clean sheets. However, they haven't, apart from Norwich, I think that's the only time they've let 3 goals where they looks like they just got demolished. Let's have a look at their transfers to see if they brought anyone in. So here we go, as we can see, Browning's the only one that sort of rings to bell to my eyes, which is a good young centre-back from Everton, which will help. Other than that, it's just 3 transfers that Thierry Henry has decided to bring in. And other than that, it's just loans going out, so nothing really of interest here. Tactic-wise, we can see the game is telling us that Thierry Henry is playing a 4-4-2 most of the time, with most of the goals coming from Jonathan. The 28 Ivory Coast man seems to be Thierry Henry's saving grace. We can see in 25 appearances, 10 goals, 2 assists, 2 player of the matches. Seems like Thierry Henry's going to need him in the second half of this season. Other than that, we can see Christopher Samba will be leaving. I imagine that he's on a free in January, which isn't the worst thing as he is getting older. Also, Lago is also going to be joining another team in January. Gardner is unhappy and has requested to leave. It's probably better it's one of these players rather than someone that's going to bring in other teammates to cause him issues. But as we can see, morale is high for the majority of the team. So far, so good. It seems to be he's doing better than what's expected considering they were expected to finish 4th. Anyway, we're going to jump to the end of the January transfer window to see if any other deals have happened and what he's managed to do throughout January. Here we are, February the 1st, let's jump in. Here we go, and oh my god, what has happened in January? Suddenly Aston Villa pulling ahead by, a good margin, by 5 points. Wow, Stoke have pulled up into second and are hot on their tail. Again, apart from games won, we're not seeing any Aston Villa players in the main stats. But however, it's not about individual stats, it's about the team. Here we go, and I've highlighted the first game of January against Reading, and as we can see, it's been fairly good form with only dropping points to QPR in January. However, they have been knocked out of the FA Cup, which probably won't be too disappointing because it was to Chelsea. As we scroll down, we can see this is the end. This is the huge part that's going to sum up Thierry Henry's career at Aston Villa. And here we go. What's this? Real money's been spent? Yes, it has. It looks like Thierry Henry has felt the need for reinforcements, bringing in a young Norwegian goalie who doesn't look too bad, will develop in a nice little player. Here we have a 29-year-old Hungarian that looks to have slotted in the first team as he has had that contract. And then lastly, a 29 Nigerian. It looks like Thierry Henry is looking for the older guard to come in and help some of these youngsters. Going out, looks like I was wrong, and Samba and Roberto have gone out for real money, which is a nice little boost. Other than that, Abdul has also gone out. And here we go, as we can see, he's starting to ramp up the milestones for Aston Villa. A lot of them buying players, appointing captains, nothing too crazy. There we go, now we're going to jump straight to the end of the season, and this is going to be the defining factor. Can Aston Villa go up? Let's get to it. Here we are, and I know eagle-eyed viewers have already spotted it, let's jump to it. And here we go, as we can see, Aston Villa have won the championship and have been promoted to the Premier League. They are also followed by Swansea and Stoke. Aston Villa, with a 3-point margin, gained promotion, and this would have to be a huge success for Thierry Henry. We can see here, however, Aston Villa don't really again show up in any of these apart from games won. However, Player of the Year has gone to Connor, which has been really, really interesting. Young player going to Harry Wilson, which I'm sure we all know is a football manager legend. And Connor again is in the Team of the Year. Just a quick glance at the Aston Villa squad, we can see who are the top goal scorers and the top performers throughout this team. It has to be said, it has looked like a team effort with everyone pitching in, and that's what we like to see. We can see this is what Football Manager is telling us is the team, and honestly, it looks fairly decent. And here we are, a quick look at Thierry Henry. I don't think his stats has changed too much. But his stats are not what we're here to see. We're here to see that, the winner's trophy and the championship manager of the year. Can Thierry Henry replicate this in real life? Can Aston Villa get promotion by winning the championship? Leave your comments down below. If you've enjoyed the video, also leave a like, leave a subscribe. I love you all, more than a friend. Bye bye.